here. It's just a lot of very I'd say pretty favorable maps for Mad Lions. I am curious to see how they're going to do. Obviously, we watched them up against Maus, and they played very well, but that Maus team playing with a stand-in, a lot of players coming off illness, it's a little tough to read into their form. So this will be a better test, a more true test to see what Big's bringing to the table, what Mad Lions can maybe surprise us with. And we're going to get into the action early. Some early apartments presence and 3 players on the site for Big. So they are clearly ready for some sort of fast B play, including a little boost up from Searson.
Yeah, sneaky spot to tuck yourself on into, and just the jump peek there coming out of Gade. For Mad Lions in this round, just that one smoke Molly bought in for Saucel, so probably just to finish over towards the B site here. That jump peek or really early information, but Saucel, he's worried that something might be going on towards mid, and he has good reason to, as Keto found himself up on the little boost there, getting covered by Tabson in the smoke. It's actually destined for window instead. Or, excuse me, I believe connector.
Smokes will be thrown.
They will.
Going to go on over. It is, in fact, a connector smoke. And that's going to be the first kill coming through. Aura 2K getting things started here. And that's going to push the presence back off of mid in towards Catwalk. They are pinching into B, though, so this is where the reinforcements are set up. If it was going to work for Big, this is sort of the ideal place for it to come. And that nade, oh, that nade finds home. But they need to be able to follow it up with the pistol kills. That's not happening so far. There, that's a huge one. That drops the bomb. It's up on the platform as well. They'll have to go and retrieve it. And now they've got the numbers. Tizian, bring it back around all onto JL. And they still haven't revealed the player up in Ninja. He's been hiding here the entire time, boosted up in the corner of sight. So even if JL wins this duel, certainly he's not going to be able to convert. He doesn't even realize that Searson was just hanging on out, chilling to be the ace in the hole through that entire play.
I love that little setup for Big Glen. You have the 2 out towards mid, playing the contact, 1 in window, 1 holding down for underpass from the off angle. The second that they break contact, they can fall away and bait into that 3-strong B setup. They have a read there that works wonders. Now as the investment comes on through, it's not the best for Mad Lions. Just 1 Deagle bot on in. Everyone else stuck down to the Glock, so they're aiming to get a stronger buy into the 3rd round here, but a 4-0 with the D. Can't fully count this man out, as he'll already be chipped down just a tad by that nade.
Got the flip side stickers going on.
A classic.
Good old flip side. Been a long time since they were a thing. Presence in the palace. A little waterfall out of palace might be an acceptable idea here. The SMG should mow them down if they're in the correct position, but all it takes is 1 quick headshot with that deagle, and suddenly you've got a path towards a bomb plant. Because the ramp player might just tuck in, you create a really awkward situation where they don't have support. This is, of the strategies you could pull here, probably one of the more successful ones. And the SMG is actually backing away. Timing could be everything. Oh, the spot. Tabson's got the information now. The jig is up. The jig is up. Tizian takes the ramp control. They've got so much spacing. They didn't have their flash setup, but they didn't need it either. So, okay. Nicely done there for Tabson. Just that second of spotting the player in the doorway gives him all the information that he needs to avoid this getting out of hand. And now Mad Lions' opportunities to somehow turn this into a bomb plant, well, they have slimmed right up. It's just Glocks. Glocks, no armor. And the 1D in the hands of Borup to try anything here, maybe.
Where are they going to take this one? Out towards mid. That's Searson on the scout. Not a man you want to test in these situations, but Borup will give it the old try. It's not Searson. Keto instead to take it down. So this round, well, it finds itself all but over as the pistols will be dismantled by the A1S at range. Big Clan, nice little conversion there. They had the flash set up to get some aggression out from the A ramp. And the spot, well, that was even more important. Now, as Mad Lions saved in that previous one, they'll be investing on into the AKs here, and options will be abound.
Options. Now, the real question is, how do you compensate for the SMGs in this round, right? The SMGs and the Scout, what are they going to do? What's Big Clan going to do in a bit of a bonus? They're going to go 5 towards A right off the rip. Okay. Full gamble on the bonus round. And they have read it correctly, to be fair. There's 1, there's 2. Tabson knocks their heads from their shoulders, takes full control of the palace as well. JL's gonna fall, and this is perfection. Searson even cleaning up mid. Not a player drop, not a bullet taken in damage. That is an unreal bonus round for Big. They pull it off beautifully. Now they've got 5 AKs snatched away from the hands of their opponents. They look at their buys, say, yeah, you did get 4 rifles up. Now there are rifles. We'll take those. Thank you for holding on to them for us.
What a nice little gift. The holiday season starting early for Big Clan, but that's just a perfect read there. 5 out towards the A site. You get aggressive off the rip in Palace and then tuck into the close off angle. No one from Mad Lions even checking. And then the response, it was lethargic. As soon as they lost that man mid, they realized, okay, we're losing so much space, we need to try and get a reply out towards A, and they didn't even get that time to reset. Well set up round for Big, and now they might just be able to find themselves a nice little 4-0 start. It's another aggressive play towards mid. Tabson crept up so deep. This is a crossfire that Borup is about to find himself in, and well, the outcome is as expected. Tabson able to take down the second as well. Waro from down below will get dismantled from the secondary unit of that crossfire, and well, the Deagles can be sharp for this Mad Lions squad. This round will not be so lucky.
Well now. All right, Mad Lions, we're now 4 rounds in. You've been pretty much blanked out of everything but the pistol.
Yeah, 3 kills across the whole team, across the 4 rounds. It's fine.
Yeah, in that pistol, right? Yeah, because that came down to a 1v2.
Yeah, and then the last 3 rounds have been flawless.
That's unfortunate. I mean, it's been a long time since Big have had to buy a gun. You can see it reflected in their funds. This is where you just need to start. I mean, even if you're not winning rounds, you need to start having some impact. You can't just be a fly on the windscreen all half. And already a player down underpass. That's going to be a lot of information, but they do need to be a bit wary. Heavy mid presence, nice nades in, and JL to finish it off. The timing, though, Keto and Tabson, they timed their pick and their peak beautifully, and Tabson's once more. He's not content with it. The flash won't even slow him down. Salso at least can deal with the underpass player, but it's now down to a 2v3. But there's no presence on B. There's no presence on B. If they accelerate, if they go quick in towards this site, that'll be a free and clear bomb plant for the Mad Lions. And then JL and Salso, well, they will have life a lot easier as they attempt to play the post. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Clear.
Yeah, but look at the utility.
Clear.
Big Clan still has so much to work with for playing this retake, and they already know Gate is rotated in. This is the right timing, but he just misses out on the spot. Up towards the apartments, Gate. When will he discover what's been happening? It might not even require him. The flank's coming through. Tabson from the other side. Gate's found the angle. Bomb yet to come down, but JL has his opportunity. It's planted back towards the catwalk, but he doesn't have time to post up. Needs to isolate the duel against Gate, and isolate it. Sure, that's one step, but winning it, that's another. And Big Clan, 5 in a row now, no response out of the Lions. And I mean, Mike, we saw it. They were trying to adapt. They were trying to set up to counter the aggressive mid play that Big has been throwing pretty much every round. And well, Big still finds so much success off of it.
They do, and that, I mean, look, that's their most successful round yet, right? It's the first bomb plant. It's a decent amount of damage, and they get control of the B site, but then they're so cautious, trying to extend, trying to find more control and more positioning before getting that bomb down. And Gate just gets into position in time and destroys them. A nice individual play from Gate for sure. Don't want to take anything away from him, but really unfortunate for the Mad Lions. Missed opportunity there. They will regret it, I'm sure. Waro's taking a position towards the top mid boxes. Keto scoped in. It's just begging him to go for a peek. Just please, give me one. Just a little peek. Just a shoulder.
Not yet. Maybe Searson will be the one to receive a peek instead. Double up. Ooh, he spotted it. Searson re-establishing himself on the angle as Keto comes through. A missed shot. He eats a tag down so incredibly low as Gade, he's found another opportunity out towards this B site. It's been his home ground thus far, and while he falls, Searson fast on the trade, the double op. Good on the rotation as they'll continue to post on this line. TMB wants to sneak past. He was such a star player for them in this previous game, on the previous day. In this round, it won't be such a tag, even connecting onto Waro. Wow. Out through the wall. It's 1 HP. It's up against 4. Nothing to work with. Money in the back pocket, well, it's none. $0. You hope to maybe get some more damage, hope for maybe a bomb plant, but your position's already known. Stuck out in the open. At least there's no nade to finish him. It'll be the op instead from Searson. The 2 oppers both find good success on their hold towards mid, and Big keep their flawless streak rolling.
Now, I am actually going to say, I think, despite the fact that Big end with 4 players alive there, and it looks just as dominant as every other round, I think Big actually got away with one there a little bit, right? Not that their setup was bad, their setup was fantastic. It's just the lack of coordination a little bit was maybe creeping in. Just, you have 2 ops in mid, right? And you molly the top box, and the guy gets away without being killed. That probably shouldn't happen. You need to have the comms there. If the molly's going in, ready for the peak. Keto was off the angle, he came back into the angle. Like, it was just, Sometimes you can start so good that everybody's just feeling it, and maybe the comms drop just a hair. I don't think that's likely to happen here with Big, but yeah, it's maybe something to keep an eye on. Maybe we can paint a silver lining here for Mad Lions to potentially exploit. Unfortunately for them, it's not going to be the round to do it. They're already down 2. Those ops are dangerous.
Trying to find a silver lining is a dangerous game to be played, and Mad Lions, they're privy of that. What do we have to work with still? Smoke out towards mid, push up here. At least there's not an op. That's one thing you can write home about. The window will be smoked as Big holds strong with their 3-2 split. Waro will claim this space. Where'd they look to finish it? Out towards connector? Well, you got to deal with Tapson, and he's ready, but Waro a little faster on the shot. Is that gun recoverable? Possibly. It requires sneaking up here, and Searson's just on the other side, but past the smoke, that's where the gun has fallen, and it's recovered. Waro falls away. They make their way together back towards mid and look to find a boost up in towards the window. That's Saucel. He doesn't find anyone on the other side quite yet, but Searson, he's about to find an opponent in Waro, and Waro takes him down for a 5 versus 3 start to now even odds. This one is getting dangerous for the Germans as Waro will continue to push on in. It's Keto to find his mark, but the other op, it tops on down. Waro again, continuing to get this impact, but there's a man on the site back towards Ninja. They're unaware of his position. A bomb is out in hand, and now it's Izzy, and he'll just tuck on in. The time is ticking so far down. The molly's on the bomb, and this one, well, it's over. The frags have been found, but the time, it's just not there.
Poor Waro. There's so much in that round, but he just doesn't have enough time to actually bring the round on through. A 4K for him. So close to making that happen. Can we talk about the battle op trying to clear back into connector, knowing that there's likely a player there?
That was a little questionable.
The boldness there to just be like, yeah, I'll no-scope him. It's fine.
I think that's kind of what you were talking about, where you get such a strong start sometimes that the confidence just gets flowing. You enter that that flow state, and sometimes it takes control a little too hard.
65% of Searson's kills this year have been op kills. Another 9% from the scout. Man likes his scope. Man likes his scope. He's good with it too. He's actually getting outperformed by Keto though so far on Mirage. I think that's probably just mostly an opportunity type question, but Keto is 11-3 to this point, which is
to be fair, everyone on Big is very positive.
Yes. And speaking of the other side, yesterday we had TMB drop a bazillion kills on this map. Today, he's rocking a secret agent status.
Yeah, I think in the first 7 rounds of that game, he had about 20 on the previous day. So this is a stark contrast to be sure, but still time to recover. The tactical pause can hope to do so. Molly over towards the top of mid. JL has a smoke though, so as well and good for him as Keto takes a boost up here and posts himself over towards the catwalk. Where do we want to work with this one? Bomb still positioned back, but look at the aggression here from Gade. He's pushing so deep on in. It's Borb to find the first, but Gade quick to trade off his aggression. We stay even in this 4 versus 4, but Mad Lions still somewhat lacking in the map control department. They've worked somewhat deep in towards mid, but that's fine. Keto's okay with conceding this for his position up top.
I really like the way Gate is playing as their B anchor. It's one of the least sexy positions in the game of Counter-Strike, right? It's usually one of those positions where either you don't get involved in the round if it's an A hit, unless it's a retake, or you just get run over by a million flashes and frags. And I like the way Gate's playing it in terms of the presence that he's showing, getting aggressive in that round, something he hasn't done just yet, changing up the tempo, been rotating around back and towards the window, coming back in. We've seen a couple nice rounds. He's not necessarily popping on the score sheet, but that's fine. Again, it's not a sexy position. He's doing his job.
And it's opportunistic too. He hasn't really had the opportunities to get popping, and talk of opportunities, that's a good one that Big has just capitalized on. Bomb is down. JL though. Swift on the trade back. The op's still here. The shadow advantage for Searson. The bomb goes down. These double ops are just crippling the Mad Lions. And TMB, he's just sprinting through the site. I don't see a world where he survives this.
Had 12 seconds, had to make the move, and he knew it. It's one of those hopeless situations where you're like, well, I'm going to die, but let's try this. And he was correct in his assumption. He knew the score. He knew what was going on there. And this is just, okay. We have now entered the territory. Look, a 6-0 start, you say, yeah, they're off to a hot start, but it could easily come around, one gun round. Now we've entered the territory where, well, Big are looking like they're just going to wail on the Mad Lions. We haven't seen rounds that have really made us think that it was going to be close. They've been few and far between where the Mad Lions really had an opportunity. I mean, you have to go back to Waro's 4K for the last. A bit of an awkward miss there for Sears, and he's going to get overwhelmed by the Tech-9. JL just chasing that down, knowing he had a player isolated, knowing he had an opportunity, and capitalizing. That's what they need. So that's one op dropped in window, and it's retrieved as well. Things could get a little funky here, but not if Waro dies. I like that.
Yeah, Tizian and Tabson, they've got this one on lock. Still some risk factor, because there's good control here, but not for long. Borup speaking into the superior arms. They'll get dropped on down. That round looked a lot scarier than it was in the end.
Well, for Mad Lions, the new silver lining is this might be a quick one. Unfortunately,
is that a silver lining at the end of the day? Your map pick?
It's their map pick. I mean, I would say the silver lining is that Big have chosen Into Dust 2, which, while it's a good map for Big, is also a map that can always get a little funky, even if you're the most comfortable Dust
about
in the world.
Dust 2 is if Keto and Searson on the double op are opping like this on Mirage, what is the story going to be like when we get to D2?
You're up the creek. You're up a creek. If you're Mad Lions, there is no paddle. There's a waterfall coming. Maybe some whirlpools. I don't think they have whirlpools in creeks.
At least it's beautiful on your way out.
Yeah. Pristine nature and death.
Sometimes it's all you have to think about.
Pristine nature and death? Oh my.
It's very poetic sounding.
Sounds like the most depressing haiku ever. Keto is going to be tested in mid. Been pretty good about these tests. He's aced them so far. He's rocking like a solid 95 grade point average percentage. I don't know. It's been a long time since I was in school. But this time he's going to have a miss. He didn't quite answer that particular question, and this pop quiz is getting a little too hot for him. He's going to bail on out of there, drop out, if you will, and run on away.
Abstin, spamming through the smoke. Ooh, Waro, can he find his time? He knows someone's just on the other side. No, Keto trained on the angle, wins it out the fire. That finishes Tabson, but that's the only frag picked up here for Mad Lions, and they haven't taken anything off of it. One player still out towards Palace, who will swing past the off and find an opportunity. Tizian, that's bold on the peak. TMB takes advantage as, well, the man who is fragging out of his mind finally finds the board. We find it in this 2 versus 3, the double op. Both still up, and a good flash keeps Searson tucked in, but look at the time, 8 seconds. The bomb needs to come down. If the denial can come through from Searson, this round is over. It's not Searson, Gade instead, but the effect is the same as Big. Well, they're the first to double digits, and the only one to double digits, or around, for that matter.
I mean, this is, what do you say, right? What do you say? This is Mad Lions getting absolutely blown out, and there's
where does Mad Lions go? Your coach, Mike.
Even when they get an initial pick, they're getting overwhelmed. So, I mean, I think this is one of those where you just kind of have to, I guess, just go to really straightforward plays, slam on towards the site, you know, just trying to execute and see if you can't find an advantage, but it's just not working. Everybody is having a game. Right, Keto is locking down mid. Searson's floating around doing so much damage. You got Tabson rocking it on A most rounds, and then you've got Gade being a super reliable B anchor. The other players can just be window dressing, and by the other players I mean Tizian, and he's not. He's also having a great game. There's nowhere to go. There's no obvious answer. But Tabson drop does maybe take one piece away, but if you get off through the smoke and you drop the bomb in the open, that's going to make life rather difficult. They do gain some control towards jungle, but it's just going to be JL. JL might be enough. 2 players to find. He's still got a minute. This time they actually have time to work with in the clutch, as opposed to being forced into an awkward fight, but he's backing towards ramp. He has the read, but the scope was heard. He's heard. He's making a lot of noise, and Gage is going to back off of this. But he's ready. JL, what a read. 45 seconds coming back around, full health. And Tizian is low, and he seems to know Tizian is low because the Tech-9 is out, and there it is! JL with a 4K finally gets the Mad Lions on the board. That's what they needed. There you go. Star power coming through to propel the Lions back into this game.
And look at the just pure elatement on his face. He knows that he single-handedly started to bring his team back into a winnable, or at least a something situation, I suppose. At least putting yourselves on the board. That's the first step. Get the mental back under wraps. Now, you just gotta blot out that Big Ten, one round at a time. Every round is its own journey, and each one is an individual game. Star power, though, that can't be relied on consistently for Tapson, though. He's found a great angle. Tizian as well, spamming away towards top mid. It was a moment of glory for the Mad Lions, and now it's been ripped away. Still, Saucel looks to change that back to the better days, but he won't be around to do so for long. Woro, flames at his feet, must run. Groups with JL. Stars of the team, 1 minute and 15. And 4 opponents to take down. Not a great situation, but at least you have something to work with. Woro will go up top, but Searson's heard that drop. Should be aware something's up, but Woro has the timing and the angle. Searson goes down. Still, another test. It's Tizian, and Tizian has revealed his position. Now a pinch can come through. Up top of the palace, it's JL above, but Tizian still survives down below. The molly is well timed as Keto takes Woro. It's Tizian in this close duel with the silencer. That's been spotted on out. JL still, he receives so much damage just for one, and the bomb's not in his possession. His position, it is very much known, and the time starts to dwindle. Where does he take this? Just to try and recover the bomb. The spam there is good, but the thing is, if you're Gate, you don't even need to fight. Buy some time, help set Keto up to hold on to this bomb. All is well, all is good, and that smoke will hurt the chances even more. JL, let's even go for this. Just hold for the op.
This is bold, especially so low. He's going to play the clock. They've got plenty of time, so they can risk trying to clock him after the timer. You can see Gate is starting to crunch in. 1 second. Here they go. They know where he is. He can't escape. There's 2 players to find, but they have to clear, and he gets around the corner. JL, a brilliant bit of maneuvering and op salvage through. That was nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't get them around. So it is a very nice play, and what is ultimately an 11-1 right now.
The thing is, I feel a little less excited about that than I probably would otherwise, because of that scoreline that we're looking at the top of the screen. An op's great, but what can you do with it? Because you got to shut down these ops on the other side. Searson especially has been having a huge performance here. Another fun fact, Danger Close. Big have the highest average utility damage per round in the world this year. Astralis who?
Nice. Big has always been an interesting team, right? Because they've always had this super solid spine, if you will, of team play and structure and coordination and chemistry. And the question has always been, when they're going up against top competition, how's the firepower faring to propel that great structure in? And right now against the Mad Lions, the firepower is dismantling them, picking them apart, throwing them in the bin, taking the bag out of the bin, and taking it to the curb, right? Mad Lions are getting blanked. JL has tried to drag his team through rounds. He's gotten 1, and he's doing a lot, to be fair, but now he's been left to a Tech 9. Why, Borup? Give him the AK. Just do it. Give him the chance. He's your star. Pearson gonna find 1, but JL will be able to punish. Okay, here's why they don't give him the gun. Because he's just gonna take 1. He's just gonna find 1 himself and then die to the guy man.
Oh, Saucel, though, he picked up the gun previously owned by Borup and found the trade there. Now guns for both these players, healthy at that, and Woro, he's a man who's been on a mission. When it's not JL, it's Woro trying to pull these rounds back under wraps for the Mad Lions. As the bomb finds itself down, the time begins to tick, but Woro, had the angle, but didn't quite have the shot. Misses out on that one, and now he's been tagged down so incredibly low. 10 HP, but it's not Bogdan's Law. You can make it work. Hand shows the molly at his feet. He might just burn, and that he will. Now it's Saucel with fire in his hands, but not enough to find the round. It's Big again, taking us to 12.
Fire in his hands. That sounds like a familiar character from a game you cast.
That wasn't where I was going with that, but sure. There can be fire in lots of people's hands. It's more of a...
That's true. I don't
recommend... It's more in the
it.
mind, right?
Chat, if fire is in your hands, go put it out. That's dangerous.
Go put it out. Stop, drop, and roll, chat. Stay safe, guys.
It's gonna burn you. Just put it in sand. smother it, smother fire, especially if it's grease fire. Grease fire, definitely smother it.
Fire safety on broadcast. I guess you got to find something to talk about.
We're here to
12 to
educate here, Mimi. We're here to educate. And Mad Lions certainly not on fire. No, they are.
Well, they're definitely getting educated on how to play some good CT side Mirage.
A clinic being put on. It's just Big coming in to teach these youth how to play Mirage. That's what they're doing. They're like, okay, you guys are gonna keep picking this map. Let's show you how to play it. The ops strike in unison. Bodies hitting the floor. The bomb's out and exposed, and they just keep losing players. Waro, the last survivor, and while he did find one, he has isolated himself a fight on this site. The market player's trying to come through, but he is burning, and he's got no space to flee to. Tabson, ever cool like a cucumber. He's going to take a bite out of Mad Lions. 13-1 is the scoreline. Can the Mad Lions recover just one round? Just one round. Just a pittance of round here, Mimi. Something going into the second
What
half.
would you pay for them to get one round?
Me? Nothing.
What would you
Them?
give up?
Everything.
Yeah. I don't think they have too much currency to get that done, and the buy shows it. Utility around this isn't the best. You got your flashes, got some smokes. Where are we taking this? Out towards mid? Nope, shots missing. But Saucel, that's clean. Shot through the wall. Keto, though, this is so bold of him. Charges straight into the line of JL and manages to establish the control. B, though, maybe trying to find some impact, but it's Tizzy, and again to get more done. JL now on his own. He was the man on bomb recovery duty, a sacred task, but can he complete the mission, the pilgrimage to a second round? It's possible. Time's there. Minute and a half on the clock, but utility, armor, not so much. Where can he find a duel? There's two players nearby him. It's Keto. Out towards mid, and it's Tizian and Tabson posted together on this A site. JL, oh, he spots out one. Knows Tabson's location, goes for the wall bang, and that fully shows his position. The flash is there, the swing as well. Tabson to close a near flawless half from Big. Can Mad Lions get more from more than one? We'll find out.
It has definitely been a unique year, one where everyone has been forced to adapt to the new rules and conditions of the game. And one of the most successful teams to make the transformation to the online era is definitely Big.
Mind of Sicko.
Winning a tournament, it always is, like, especially the first tournament, is always a really good sign that to show what we are capable of, even with like less practice time.
Coming into 2020, Big made some major changes to their roster, right before the year's first tournament, DreamHack Open Leipzig. Searson and Keto came into the lineup from regional rival Sprout, while former player Godby took on the role as the head of the organisation's CSGO division. Together with coach Toby and experienced captain Tabson, the roster was ready to attack the higher ranks.
To be honest, we didn't expect so much. Like, we knew that we were crazy hyped about seeing all the German crowds playing in front of the German tournament with the new roster now.
Big entered the tournament in Leipzig as the lowest ranked team.
Victory, so they do force the issue. Xanteres charging up into the tunnel.
I really do remember the audience. It was a nice experience. It was like everyone was like just hyping each other. It was like gloating, and it was like really fun to see.
By winning Leipzig, they qualified directly for DreamHack Masters Spring.
Stand, and he gets dropped immediately. Tizian shutting down Nexter, looking to follow up, and it's all onto Kenny. He takes down the first, but that is it. Big, they take the series.
The winning streak continued at CS Summit, and directly after the player break, they snatched first place at DreamHack Open Summer EU.
Away from what will be the 3 times DreamHack champion this year, and it is going to be
In just 6 months, Big had climbed the ranking to #1 in the world. DreamHack Open Leipzig 2020 started the beginning of an era.
And all these tournaments at DreamHack, we managed to either play really good or win it. I really like the tournament, and I have a really good feeling about this one as well.
when you're at the bottom of a mountain, it can look very tall. And for Mad Lions right now, this peak looks intimidating as can be. But if they begin their journey, one hand, one foot in front of another, maybe, just maybe, they could scale this summit. Big, meanwhile, is staring at the top, just throwing boulders on down to make it even more difficult. And they really only need 2 boulders to connect, Mimi.
2 little bolters. That is all it will take, but Mad Lions, CT side pistol be the way to get it started, and that nade, ooh, it's junky. Searson down low, Keto is well, and Saucel has the angle. He eats a dink as Keto opens it up onto Waro. Out they come, diving from the apartments, TMB, finding something more. This is already near double his kills from the first half, but Tabson negate, still fighting back on in, and Tabson, he's found another, now it's just JL. Young Star, he found the 1 round that they were able to win, and now he might just grab the second. They line up, but the high-low, the crouch down, it's good. And Big, they keep us rolling. Map point already secured. It might be a bit of a short half.
Yeah, they looked at this mountain, they took 1 step, and the step triggered a rock slide. So, I don't know they're going to be able to drag themselves out of this one. Hey, at least TMB looked good in that pistol round, because...
he doubled his kills, let's go.
This guy dropped 33 on Mirage yesterday. He's rocking 4 right now. But it's not just him. I don't want to put all the blame on him, right? I mean, his whole team, outside of Waro and JL, has been struggling to get any impact. Speaking of Waro, there you go with the Deagle. Eagle going to connect, give them an opportunity here. JL coming in, but it's Keto to open on in towards the site. Gets 1, the trade is there. Borup gets another. And here we go, a little bit of fight, a little bit of chance here. Just up to Gade and Searson to try and crush their hopes, try and crush their dreams, and well, they're doing a good job of it. Gade can't polish off the last, he's done damage. But there's still a minute 18 on the clock. Searson does not have to rush this. He is rushing it, but he doesn't have to. And now they're going to be able to set up a crossfire, and they're going to be able to knock him on down. So survival for Mad Lions. A little bit of comfort found here, a little bit of space. But space that they're going to have to be able to convert into 13 rounds in a row if they want to hope of taking this map.
When you talk about space, I feel like we're not talking about, like, space. We're talking about, like, nano-level, like, micro space. Like, oh, we had a centimeter before, now we have an inch. Upgrades.
It's like when you're trying to put 4 people in the backseat of a compact car and someone says, yeah, there's room.
There's room. Yeah,
no,
some might have to sit on someone else's lap, but there's room. You can fit it in there. Yeah, 2 rounds. That's almost halfway to 15, and TMB gets 1. Trades there with the D. That gun's down, but should not be recoverable unless Big keep these deagles hitting. It's into even odds, and Tabson, oh, they don't know. Oh, yeah, they do. Saucel ready for the angle. Tabson was so close. He had a chance there, but Saucel is able to keep this on wrap. Now the trade comes through. That's the P2 Fiddy hitting its mark, and it's JL and Borup to save this round. To save this game just a little bit longer. JL's found his, and Borup able to clean it up. So Mad Lions, well, the backseat of the car now, maybe you only have to fit 3 people and a half people. That doesn't really work out. Maybe a dog back there.
So you're 3 people holding a half a person. I'm a little concerned about what activity you're traveling to. I think the police might be a little interested in that. Yeah, I'm a bit worried there. In the back of the car. I have concerns. JL has cracked positive in his personal score sheet, and that is, I think, the first time that's happened for someone on Mad Lions. Certainly in a long time. He may have cracked above once or twice in the first half, but he's running about even. JL starts the party early here, so he will keep that going, but he is traded, and there's the trades. Uh-oh, bombs down. Bombs down. There's still not much to work with here, but Big, they will make you pay if you give them even the slimmest of opportunities. Keto just going to try and make this expensive. He does get the tag. Keto nicely done, but they will be able to deal with it. Borup brings it back under control, prevents this from getting out of hand, and will rock on a 4th round for Mad Lions. But here's where the buy comes in. Here's where they actually have to stand up strong. And this is where the real test begins.
That was just writing your name down on the paper. Get the basic information now. This is the content of the test itself. But Mad Lions, they came well prepared. Up in the hands of Waro, rifles up for everyone else, and a respectable utility belt behind it. So this round, finally back to even odds, where the best team win it in Searson. The best of the business in that first half on the op, but can't quite find the flashy shot in this one as the jump peak will elude him. Now Big begin to group up just a little bit here, out towards the A site with a respectable set of utility of their own. You could make a case for just a quick execute out towards A. A bit of Palace presence already from Keto as Tabson will return to line up a smoke. You see Gade just locking things down towards mid. We stay a standstill for now. Mad Lions, though, they're looking for information. Already a bit of a push out towards mid. TMB up deep. Gade, the flash to try and re-clear, but he doesn't want to over-test this in TMB. He over-peaks it. Trade doesn't come through. Now this should just call for the execute out A. They know how heavy Mad Lions was in mid, so this one's just a 10, but JL up close, past the smoke, op shot misses. That's critical because Searson, he doesn't miss his, and now Woro is known. Woro tries to defend, but the trade is through. Now up and over the top, Saucel takes down one, and Woro's up, finds his mark, but now just Saucel. Been good in this round thus far, but it's him against the world. Gade, though, low on HP, and he knows where Keto is, so a chance at this, especially with the bomb on the floor, but look at where Gade is going. He's wrapping around already deep up through the jungle. At the time, that's crucial. 20 seconds left is Saucel. He tucks in Gade. What does he have in way of utility? One Molly. He'll send it out, but Saucel's still here. Not where that Molly is destined. The drop down from Keto and the spam there, but he just can't win the heads-up fight. Big, they close out in dominant fashion. They take their opponent's map pick, and they send us on over to Dust.